So if any of you guys are planning on watching this one, just a heads up, have some Kleenex handy. Hey there guys, how are you? Welcome back to my channel, and yep, here we are, yet another brand new movie review, and as always, I thank you all so much for stopping by, and I hope you enjoy your stay. And today, we are hopping onto Netflix to check out Penguin Bloom, directed by newcomer Glendyn Ivin, and starring a fantastic trio, Naomi Watts, Andrew Lincoln, and Jacki Weaver. And this one is based on the best-selling book of the same name, and it tells the story of Sam Bloom, played by Naomi Watts. She's a young mother whose world is turned upside down after a shocking, near-fatal accident leaves her paralyzed. And Sam's husband, played by Andrew Lincoln, along with her 3 young boys and her mother, played by Jacki Weaver, are all struggling to adjust to their new situation when an unlikely ally enters their world. And that ally comes in the form of an injured baby magpie they name Penguin. And the bird's arrival proves to be a welcome distraction for the Bloom family, eventually making a profound difference on Sam's life, teaching her how to live again. So to anyone watching this video that knows me personally, you might already be aware of this, but I am a sucker for these movies about these little cute animals along with their owners. And I think Penguin Bloom is a good entry into this genre. Now, I don't think it's phenomenal. It's not like a, whoa, this film really blew me away, like it's gonna win all the Oscars or anything. And I'll touch on why that is in a second, but for what it is, I think there's a fair amount to enjoy with this one. And similar to Our Friend, which I just reviewed on this channel the other day, I had no clue this was a true story. And similarly, it's a story that really touched me emotionally, and it really started tugging on my heartstrings. It can be extremely heart-wrenching at times, and then it'll turn around and be really adorable and sweet with this cute little magpie. And yeah, just to clarify something, this is not a baby penguin, obviously, looking at the poster. She's given the name Penguin by one of the 3 sons, whose name is Noah, basically based off of her color. Yeah, clever and cute, I know. But this little magpie is so freaking sweet. There are certain hijinks that she gets into, and there's one scene the little one is being chased around by Naomi Watts, and it's very fun to watch. It's very catch me if you can in a lot of ways. It's simple, and it's effective. And as a puppy owner also, I've got to say, there's one scene where the magpie is just making a bunch of really loud noises and trying to wake up Naomi Watts. That is an entire mood, especially early in the morning. Now, speaking of Naomi Watts, I think she is truly remarkable and wonderful in this film. Her emotional range and her grasp of the reversals within the script is just so damn masterful. I mean, she's making everything look freaking easy. There's a lot this certain arc has to deal with, and this was a real woman also, a remarkable woman. And most of the film, Watts spends confined to a wheelchair, and guys, all I'll say is, it's a really moving performance. It's a really captivating performance, and I think Watts captures Sam Bloom beautifully here. And Andrew Lincoln also as her husband Cam, man was he good. And it was really cool to see him again. I haven't seen Andrew Lincoln in anything new in a long time. Of course I gotta know him as Rick Grimes. Carl. But I'll be honest, I stopped watching that show around the season 7 mark. Not to get too deep into that, but I am aware that Andrew Lincoln did leave the show shortly afterwards, presumably in order to pursue other projects like this one. And I think for his career, that might have been the right move, because he's excellent in this film, so much different from Rick Grimes, which was an incredible refresh. He is for sure much happier, mellow, and less intense than Rick Grimes ever was. He's kind of the peacemaker of the household. And I'm really glad he got an opportunity to show that he's got some serious range in his own right. I mean, all these actors are wonderful. The 3 child actors they got were great. Jacki Weaver as Sam's mom does really well with her material. This cast plays off of each other extremely well. You could definitely buy that they're a legitimate family. And I also gotta commend Glendyn Ivin for a really fantastic directorial debut. The shots and the cinematography that Ivin gets are absolutely stunning. It also helps that I'm a sucker for beach houses. So naturally, all this breathtaking scenery really helped set a relaxing tone for this one. I really don't know how else to describe it. The movie certainly looks, I mean, it looks beautiful. The shots that they were able to get are immaculate. This score as well is so soothing. It really makes you feel like you're on the beach. And I also really like how Ivin helms the opening of this film specifically, kind of playing into the implied horror of the situation. And you'll see it when you watch the film. It's kind of a mild spoiler, so definitely tread lightly at this point. We don't see the accident that causes Sam's pain on camera at first. And I really respected that choice. Implying that something happens and then seeing the end result is just... it's so heart-wrenching. But then later on in the film, we do cut to more flashback sequences, and it does get to the point where we actually do see the accident occur. And that all kind of leads me into one of my big issues with Penguin Bloom. As a film, I do feel like it tends to meander a bit, and it does get kind of repetitive. And keep in mind, this film is only about 90 minutes long, and they're showing you that same flashback sequence I was just telling you about from multiple different angles. I don't know, I just kind of wish there was a little bit more there. And the only other big issue that I have with Penguin Bloom is sadly a big one, kind of playing into my previous issue. It's the script. Now, I realize this film is based off of a novel, which in general, if you're talking about fiction or non-fiction, all novels are usually more thorough and detailed in telling any story. But you can certainly tell that this is based off of a novel, because in screenplays, sometimes novels don't always translate the best. And you'll notice when you watch this thing, a lot of this dialogue is extremely detailed and too on the nose for my liking. Not to say all movies based off of novels are bad, of course not. I'm just saying with all this detailed monologue telling us every last bit of these characters' thoughts, sometimes that can be very distracting. And as the film went on, I could really only think three things. Less is more. Okay, I get it. I don't necessarily need every last detail on what these characters are feeling. Show, don't tell. In a sense, I think there was an opportunity here that wasn't fully taken, because this is an extremely effective and emotionally moving true story. I just kind of wish the writers placed a little bit more trust in their audience, and that's in regards to portraying the emotional pull of this film through simple dialogue. Regardless though, Penguin Bloom is a perfectly fine feature. It's a really sweet true story with one of the happiest and sweetest possible endings you can imagine all year long. I'm gonna give Penguin Bloom a B. It's certainly an enjoyable watch that I think all families can enjoy watching together. I mean, you have some solid performances, some pretty competent filmmaking, and a really, really nice ending, a really nice debut overall for this director. And it is an extremely touching and inspiring story. Just be forewarned, if you watch this, prepare for a little bit too much over-explaining. And if that doesn't bug you too much, you'll probably really love it. And I personally liked Penguin Bloom. I'd watch it again. It's on Netflix streaming right now. Have you guys seen it? What did you guys think of it? Do you agree with me? Do you not? What is your guys' favorite based on a true story film? I would love to discuss all of those thoughts and then some all down there in the comments below. And as always, if you guys are enjoying my content, and if you guys are looking for a place to continue discussing cinema and all things entertainment, I think this channel may be the one for you. So if you guys are new here, or if you haven't already, please definitely consider hitting that big red subscribe button down below as hard as you possibly can. It is free, number one. It really would help out my channel immensely. And you subscribers will also be the first ones to know anytime I upload a new video over here. If you guys liked this video also, please be sure to leave a thumbs up on your way out. I'd really appreciate that. And as always, stay tuned for more exciting content hitting this channel very, very soon. You guys are the best. So with all that being said, back talk, commence.